lives one day at a time. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. They're here to get your day going fine. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. Kimmy Kim and Elations Radio. And here's your host, Miss Kim Robinson.
Magnificent. Baby boy on the track. Lord, you're wonderful and magnificent. So powerful, strong, and omnipotent. You know everything, you omniscient. When you start something, you always finish it. From Revelation, starting back to Genesis. You're the record holder, no need for Guinnesses. Heaven is home, your throne's the premises. Alpha and Omega never is diminishing. You turn madmen into gentlemen. You're the prescription, no need for medicine. You're so perfect, great, and intelligent. You are the president of all presidents. So many mans is inside your residence. Messages from your angels is heaven sent. Jesus Christ is who you blessed us with. And the Holy Spirit is what you left us with. You're magnificent. Lord, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life. You are, man, you're magnificent. Lord, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life. You are. You magnificent, hey, you made the heavens first. The sun, stars, moon, the whole universe. And spoke existence to this whole planet Earth. And formed man straight up out the dirt. You're the Father, gave everything birth. No explanation, how much you were worth. You live in water, so we'll never thirst. Blessed spiritually, although my flesh cursed. Angelic beings are always at work. You invented disciples to create church. You know everything, you don't have to research. You a healer, doctor, surgeon, nurse. You move forward, you don't have to reverse. You just act, you don't have to rehearse. God to see me through the pain and hurt. It's your mercy to what we deserve. You're magnificent. Lord, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life. You're magnificent. You are. Man, you're magnificent. Lord, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life. You are. You magnificent, made the oceans and trees, lakes, ponds, creeks, every water stream. Articulate, creative, everything. Gave us voices so we can all sing. Lord of lords and King of all kings. You taught Joseph how to interpret dreams. You made silver and gold say ching ching. Made every diamond go bling bling. Salvation, you gave it to us for free. You made the summer, fall, winter, and the spring. I'm so proud to be on the winning team. JESUSGOD. You made the grass, flowers, roses, trees, fruits and vegetables, and planted all seeds. Perfect in all your ways, yes indeed. This is my letter to thank you for blessing me. You're magnificent. Lord, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life. You're magnificent. You are. Lord, you're magnificent. Lord, you're the best thing that ever happened in my life. You are. I just want to tell you, thank you, Lord, for everything you've done for me. Thank you for sending your son, Jesus Christ, to die for my sins. Everything you did for me is not in vain. I know we live in a crooked and corrupted world, but I appreciate you for all things. You're all in all. I just want to tell you, thank you. I love you. You appreciate it. Deep within my heart. I love you. Amen.
Welcome to the call. How y'all doing today? This is Charles McCutcheon on Charles' Corner. Now today, I keep getting a lot of phone calls about real estate, and I know why. I know the reasons why, so I'm going to go over a few things of how I did it and how, if I had to start all the way over, how I would do it. So if this is your first time listening, my name is Charles McCutcheon. I'm at charlesmspeaks@yahoo.com. That's Charles, the letter M, Speaks, SPEAKS @yahoo.com. I'm going to give you some insight, and what we do on this show is provide insight, provide information from a financial standpoint. So everything I do and everybody that comes on here, it's all about information. But the better thing I want you to do, I want you to get the right information, and I want you to research whatever it is you get from anybody. It doesn't matter who you get it from, even me. It doesn't matter. I like to use and go to the professionals for everything that I do. So anything that I give you, 9 times out of 10, 10 times out of 10, is something I've already done, and I've gotten from people that were making way more money than me, that just understands the industry. So I pride myself in information gathering, and then I go get the right information from the right people. So I travel a lot. I just got back from out of town, and I'm about to go back out of town again, and that's just what we do. It happens. Life happens. Life goes on. But I enjoy what I do because I get to help a lot of people everywhere. It doesn't matter to me where you are. My next business thing that I'm doing is down in the Dallas area, Dallas, Texas. And it's funny that I bring up real estate because I'm going down there to Dallas, Texas to look up lots. And what we're doing is we're building single-family homes down there. And for anybody out there, you look at your return on investments and what you're doing, and there's no secret, so I'm going to just put it out. The different vehicles that we use for our money, we use the bank, we use the 401ks, we use the CDs, we use bonds, we use stocks, we use gas, oil, there's gold, there's silver, so there's commodities. There's a lot of different investment vehicles out there. And so when we're going through this, the whole trying to understand, for me and everybody else, I hope it's how do I keep the money that I have? And that's what everybody should be thinking about. How do I keep my money, more of my money? Because you can make $1 million and you can spend $1.5 million. So are you really making it? And that's what a lot of people kind of get conflicted at, and they think they're making it, but and how much taxes are coming out, what you're being taxed, what fees you're being assessed for different vehicles that you may have. One of the biggest fees that we're being assessed, a lot of people don't really take for action. We're just kind of sitting on it right now, and it's going to be an implosion. I'm telling you right now, it's going to hurt later on, and I hope you're not a part of it. And I'm going to tell you the reason it's going to hurt. For one, the reason it's going to hurt is because we're not set up financially right now in the 401k market. And I know a lot of you have 401ks. I had a 401k as well. And once I had the people who had the 401k, once we broke it down and I started looking at the numbers, I was disappointed because I wasn't told as far as all the fees that I was being assessed. I wasn't told. Another place I was losing money, and I know y'all losing money in it well. I'm not the only person. Another place I was losing money, and this all ties into real estate to me. So another place I was losing money is healthcare. I was getting beat upside the head. I was paying $600 a month in healthcare because when I signed up, it was like, this is what we recommend. And what do I know about healthcare? Absolutely nothing. And so I took the recommended box and I checked that box, and they kept taking my $600 a month. And that's just what it was until somebody, helped me out to understand what I was doing. And then I went back to the healthcare folks and got myself set up to where I was only paying $300 something a month. So I saved myself close to $300. And I don't know about you, but, I'll take $300 every day, twice on Sunday, only because we should be utilizing our money and being good stewards of our money. So everything I do, I look at how much is it going to cost me and how much is it going to make me from what I'm doing. And is it an investment vehicle, and is it the right thing to do at the right time? Because I get a lot of people, and I know y'all do as well, they hit me up with a lot of things. And you can't take everything. You have to make it make sense. If it makes dollars, it makes sense. And I'd rather make dollars and it has to make sense at the same time. That's why I want y'all to do your due diligence with whatever it is you get. So I'm big on, hey, check this out, but here's the documentation to it. Let me know what you think. That's what I do. I get some people to hit me up and say, hey, well, here's something, there's no documentation, but let me know. I'm like, well, that doesn't really work the way it should work. And so these real estate folks hit me up, and I'm actually, like I said, I'm flying down to Dallas, and I'm going to be looking at different plots of land down there. And they have a lot of land down there. My goodness, it's not. They need more builders anyway. And so down there, we're going to get these plots of land about over 3,000 square feet or something to that effect. We're going to that's the houses we're going to be building. And I'm not a builder, for one. I just know how to put all the deals together. And I have people who work with me and build for me, or with, I say it with me, but they're still building for me because I'm paying them. So on the onset of that, we're making I'm not even going to give the ROI, but it's a huge ROI. Nothing I've seen before, and from the 401ks to the stock market to whatever, it doesn't matter. Just a huge ROI in a short time frame, and we're just going to keep doing it until the land runs out. And I mean, I love having an asset to where I can touch it, and that's what makes more sense to me. I invest in some things that I can't touch, and it's kind of scary when you do that. But when you have something you can touch, like a house, you can always sell a house. So that's good for me. Along those lines, people just starting out in real estate, there's going to be a lot of events happening this week. I mean, well, not really this week, but this summer. And you have all these different companies that come by, and they tell us all these great things that they're going to do for us, because I've been to all the meetings. And we sit and listen, and we get excited. And then some of you go run to the back of the room and pay your $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to whoever it is that's going to be showing you this great thing called real estate. They're going to throw certain terms at you. They're going to throw numbers at you. They're going to get you a little bit confused to where you feel that I have to do real estate with them because they have all these crazy gadgets. This is my take on the whole thing of real estate. At least get an understanding of what it is they should be providing you. Because some companies, and I know for a fact, some companies are not credible, and then there's some that are. And I can't sit there and go through a laundry list. Some companies are just not credible. And me as a savvy investor, I've been doing real estate for over 20 years. So me doing real estate over 20 years, I still go to these events. I'm going to learn. Iron sharpens iron. I need to learn as much as I can. I go in there and take what I need, and the rest I just let it go. But let me tell you what they've been doing. They are using these different terminologies for the same type of real estate we've been doing for all these years, but they're changing the wording up. And it's confusing. Even to me, I'm like, man, that sounds awesome. And then I break it down to find out that I still go to events, and I'm a learner. I like to learn. I like to be educated. Because I don't feel I'm the go-to everything in real estate. I mean, everybody learns, and you're going to keep learning. So I'll pay for some of the events and classes and stuff, and I'll tell you like this. As much real estate as I've done, as much as I've seen, as many deals as I've done, they got me. And I'm going to tell you how they got me. I signed up for a program. It was a great program. They were actually giving funding. I like those those programs where they're going to give funding as well. So I decided to sign up. I'm signing my name away in a couple of different spots, and next thing you know, I'll get a draft from my account, and it says this is for this certain thing, and they worded it funny, and it's okay. And so I called the company up. I said, hey, what is this? You said something, 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 and then they broke it down for me. And he said, yeah, we're going to actually do some research for you. We're going to do it 3 times a month, and what we're going to provide you is the comparables of the houses so you'll know how much a house is worth. And then in the back of my mind, I'm adding, 1 + 1 is 2. And to me, I said, hold on, that sounds like comps. And he said, yeah, we're going to provide you comps. I said, so let me get this straight. So you're going to provide 3 comps a month, at $35 per month, and you're going to provide me 3. That's what you're telling me right now, and that's like the program. He said, yeah, that's it. And I said, sir, can you refund me my money for that and take me off of this program? And he was like, sure. Why did you say that? I said, I don't think I'll be needing that. And then he took me off the program. But then, this is what really the real deal behind it. Comps are free. And they're getting people for $35 a month. And I don't know how long that program is going to run. I'm pretty sure they're still getting people to this day for something that's free. And it just kills me because they changed the wording on it. And even me doing real estate, I didn't recognize the wording. There was a lot of paperwork too, a little bit of paperwork. And I'm signing because I want to go through the class and I want to see, what it is deep down that they're teaching people and learn something in the process. I'm not opposed to learning. Something like that lets me know they're not credible. And I just walked away from their whole program. And I said, that is jacked up. Imagine you had, oh my gosh, they probably had 50 people, and they had like 2 sessions per day at 12 o'clock and one at like 6:30. And you can probably say out of that entire room, you have probably 50 people, 100 people per day, and they did it for like a week. So let's say 700 on average, 700 people on average. That is crazy. And I'm just going to cut that in half to say 350 people times $35. That's $12,250 per month that they're getting from people that may not know. Even myself, like I said, that's savvy. I didn't see that fine print piece, and the wording was different. So imagine what they're doing to people who don't have a clue. $35 a month. Not many people miss $35 a month. We kind of let that slide for a little bit, and next thing you know, 6-7 months have went by, and now $35 hit again. So let's take that $12,200 times $12,000 times 6 months. They made $73,000, and they may have not made one phone call for you or anybody for comps, which comps are free. I can do comp. You give me an address, I'll give you comps. Truthfully, it wouldn't be that hard at all. That's how easy it is. It takes me no time at all to do a comp, like literally no time at all. And they're only doing 3 a month for people. So are they killing the game? Because you take the cities that they go through, that was just one city. So you multiply that by 10 cities. That's $735,000 in a 6-month time. A lot of these companies, and this is just one aspect of what they do, they're getting people on a monthly basis. Like I said, some of them are credible and some of them are not. But you need to know the basics before you get in there and start just spending money, because a lot of people just spend money to spend money and go to the next event and just spend money to spend money and then go to the next event. And I got some people, I'm going to put it out there, I have to. People call me after they go to the events and after they've gotten $40,000, $30,000, $20,000 taken from them. They call me up, say, Charles, can you help us out? And I'm going to give you a real scenario. These people called me up. They'd already spent $40,000. They've been in a program over a year and a half, and they said they haven't been providing us help. They've been providing us emails. And I'm like, wow, you spent $40K and you can't get nobody on the phone? That is unacceptable. It's like truly unacceptable. And so I'm sitting there talking to them about, well, why don't you just do this or do that or do this, and giving them some insight. I just want to give them a little bit of insight into how it's supposed to be done. And as I'm giving them insight, they said, well, can you work with us? And I'm going to tell everybody like this. I'm in the real estate world, the nonprofit world, and I have to make a call tonight on my nonprofit. I have books I'm writing. I'm doing speaking engagements. I'm just going for it. But if I help you to do real estate, which real estate is not a 5-minute or 10-minute thing, literally it takes time to do real estate. It could take weeks to go through everything, because I have 20 years of experience, and you want that in a day. That's not really going to happen the way you think it's going to happen. And so they want me to take time out of my busy schedule and then work with them. And I do that for people. I have people that I mentor, and it is what it is. But I say, if I take away from me writing my books or doing my real estate, then I would hope that you want to pay me. And they said, and this is what I did for them. And it's kind of sad the way people, their mindset is. So they spent $40,000 with a company that's not helping them. I'm going to help them one-on-one, give them some insight. And I said, well, I'm gonna do this for $500 because I'm going to get y'all off. I'm going to give you everything I have, and you can just kind of run it because I've already stepped through it. And they said, well, $500 is kind of steep. We don't have it. And I said, well, I tell you what. How about you go to my YouTube and then go right there because I can't. I said, y'all don't work for free, and I can't either. And some people don't get that, and they think it's rude. The reality of it all, nobody should have to work for free. Come on, I've done a lot of free stuff. I do a lot of promos right now. I do a lot of pro bonos right now for a lot of different people, universities, and it's just, it's just me giving back. But you can only do so much to where, do you want to take food off my table? Is that what you want to do? Are you cool with that? And some people are cool with it. And so that's the basis of it. I want people to have a better understanding of what they're getting themselves into. Even those people who don't have a house right now, you can get back into a house without a bank, without credit. It's more of knowing. And I get realtors that hit me up and like, you can't do that. And I'm like, yes, you can. It can be done because that's what I do. And just because you don't understand it doesn't make it wrong. And the thing is, you don't know what you don't know. That's the hard part. And a lot of people can't take that they don't know. You do not know everything there is. And secondly, you don't know everything in the real estate world. There's too much. And people say, yeah, I want to be a wholesaler. And I'm like, time out. There's wholesaling, there's rehabbing, there's subject twos, there's wraparound mortgages, there's lease options. There's just a lot to real estate. And you kind of learn as you go, but you need to learn all facets of it so you're not leaving money on the table. And I see a lot of people, leaving money on the table because they don't know how to do it. And I had one guy, he had called me up. He was like, he had posted something on Facebook. He had a great deal. I'm telling you, everybody was salivating at the mouth because the deal was so great, and everybody started hitting him up. And I said, hey, man, I inboxed him because I know him. I said, hey, do you have this under contract? He was like, no. I said, do not give out the address. That's not how you do business. I said, put on the contract first. Then you can start telling people, hey, I got this deal. And it had a lot of equity in it. And equity is just money that you can take out or refinance and take out or however you want to do it. But equity is good. I mean, you have extra cash on hand on the house. And so he put the word out, and everybody was like, yeah, hey, I want to take a look at it, blah, blah, blah. There's like $50,000, $60,000 of profit in this thing. We want to crack at it. And so a week went by, and I told him, hey, make sure you do this. And he said, hey, yeah, man, I talked to the guy. And I said, what happened? He said, I talked to the guy, and the guy didn't want to wholesale it. I said, okay, what happened after that? He's like, nothing. I said, well, and then he said, well, the guy wanted to do a lease option. I said, okay, what'd you do? He said, nothing. I said, why not? He said, well, I mean, he didn't want to wholesale. I don't know how to do a lease option. I said, man, that's $50,000, $60,000 on the plate. You could walk away with about $20,000 to $25,000, and you're not even going to pursue it. And it's crazy that people have deals like this. And let me tell you, I don't mean to step on any realtors or agents or real estate agents' toes, but those are the deals that real estate agents give away to investors like me. The real estate agent gives me these deals. I make $15,000. The real estate agent makes $1,500, and it's amazing. I'm like, you could do this exact same deal. The only reason they don't is they don't know how. They have on their agent hat when they need to be an investor. Why make 3%? Why make 6% if you can make 100? Realtors, agents, real estate agents, they making what, 6%? Some of them have to split that to make 3%, and then some of them have to split that to make 1.5% on a deal where they can make 100. I don't get it, and I'm not gonna, go down that road. I'm just providing insight. So you got people that don't understand real estate that have all these deals on the table, and they just sit there and they fade to black. They fade away. I know people giving away houses to people, but they don't know how to structure the deal. They just sit there on these houses that some of them are free and clear, and the people haven't done anything with them. It's like, well, what are you going to do? You got to think. You have to understand that there's more to real estate than just trying to do a wholesale or be a flipper. There's so many more pieces to the puzzle. So, like I said, I'm going to tell y'all if I had to start over again, scratch and not knowing anything, what I would do. I would start with mindset first because that's everything I do in any type of business. Second, I'd start researching the money. Where's the money coming from? How can you get more access to funding? Thirdly, I would look at where I am, my neighborhood, my area, and start understanding the real estate there and go to the local real estate meeting and meet those folks in the real estate game. Get their information. Follow some around if I have to. Figure that piece out. The goal in real estate is spend as less as possible. I mean, to a certain extent. And, buy low, sell low. Make sure you make a profit and make sure everybody else eats as well. That's how I do real estate in a nutshell. I'm studying, like right now I study. You have to study too. You can't do real estate every 6 months. It's not, unless you're going to do one deal and make $1 million every deal. It's not realistic. You have to stay in the game. You have to stay meeting people. And real estate to me is relationships. It's all about relationships, making people feel like you understand they're what they're going through, because a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff, and you can just make it easier for them to a certain extent to say, hey, let's make this a win-win-win. Even if I can't help you, I want you to win. That's how I come off to people. I want you to win. I don't care if I don't get a dime. But if you won, hey, good stuff. Maybe they may give me somebody else later, and you just never know. So I'm like that in business. In business, I want people to win, vice just doing nothing. If you want to understand a little bit more about real estate, what I did, and I try to make it as easy as possible, I went on to YouTube. I put in Charles McCutcheon Real Estate, and you can go, as your heart's desire, rewind, fast forward, stop, whatever you want to do. And I started it from scratch to say if I had to start real estate over, just like I just told y'all, I would do this. And I stepped it through from go to this website. Now click on this button. The reason we're clicking on this button is going to bring up this screen. This screen, you got to look in this corner. Look in this corner to do X, Y, and Z. So I stepped it through like that and how to get leads and everything like that. People say, I don't have leads. I said, well, I just showed you how to get leads to where you never run out of leads again, ever, 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 ever. There's so many different ways to do it. So many ways you can make money without even closing on a deal. You don't have to close a deal to make money in real estate. You don't have to. You can spend $100 and get into an $8.9 million profit. Ask me how I know. Ask me how I know. You can spend $100 and get into a $150,000 property. Ask me how I know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It's all about what you go out there to get as far as information and education, and how far you stick with it. It's not how much you make, it's how much you can keep from how much you make. That's what makes all the sense to me in the real estate world. And anything I want, I speak it into existence because I always win. And this is how I never lose. It's either I win or I learn. Either I win or I learn. So if something happens that's bad, I learn from that, whatever you want to call it. Some of y'all call it a mistake. I call it an issue because, I can fix anything that's an issue. So either I win or I learn, and anything I want, I speak into existence. He has already told us that we're supposed to be living in abundance, right? That's what we're living in abundance. Most of us haven't gotten up yet to get the right information and taken the right action so we can live in abundance, so we can leave wealth back to our people that's coming after us instead of always starting out on the ground floor. Why do we always start on the ground floor when there's so much information out there? That's for you to figure out. I'm going for it. My name is Charles McCutcheon. I am your favorite entrepreneur. I'm hungry. I want to thank Miss Kimmy Robinson for getting me on this radio station from Elation Radio. And we're still waiting on Elation TV because I know I want to grace that as well. I'm looking for as much TV as I can possibly get on to put my information out there. I was just talking to this guy about the books and getting edited, and oh my goodness, there's a lot going on in my world. And I'm just thankful, though. I make no excuses. I just say I'm thankful, that I'm able to reach out and things like that and to help people. So if you need any info from me, I'm at charlesmcspeaks@yahoo.com. I'm all over social media. Just look me up. Just put in Charles McCutcheon. You'll find me. No fraud that's saying that they're Charles McCutcheon. Please look for the brother in the suit. You'll find me. So I'm a prayer. Thank you for allowing me to come on here. Thank you for allowing me to get the breath to give to the people the insight so they can move forward. I know that people are struggling, and I know you've given us everything, that you've done everything for us already, and we just have to get up and do everything you told us we need to do because we're supposed to be living in abundance. In your name I pray. Y'all take it easy. Charles McCutcheon, Charles's Corner, your favorite entrepreneur. I'll see you next Monday.
Check this out, right? Don't never be ashamed of who you are. If you serve God, then serve God proudly. The fact is, you should be celebrating. They sitting